Hold on to your hats, world watchers. We're about to dive into the wild world of international friendships, secret handshakes, and some seriously upgraded military gear. But here's the twist. Welcome to the Rise Africa channel, where the geopolitical drama gets a splash of African vibes. Imagine this. Iran and Russia, the dynamic duo of the global stage, are teaming up like your favorite superhero combo. It's like Batman and Robin, but with tanks and drones instead of capes and masks. And guess what? They're not just upgrading their military game. They're bringing the party to Africa. Yes, you heard it right. So buckle up as we unravel the secrets, showcase the high-tech toys, and spill the beans on Iran's plans to conquer the global stage, one upgraded fighter jet at a time. It's geopolitics meets blockbuster drama, and we've got a front row seat on the Rise Africa channel. Stick around. You won't want to miss a moment of this international thriller. So, you know how countries have secret friendships and alliances? Well, Iran and Russia are like the dynamic duo in the superhero world of geopolitics. Picture this. Iran's got this old-school military gear, like vintage video games, but not as fun. So, they decide it's time for a makeover, and who do they call? Russia. These two become best friends in the military world, sharing tanks, drones, and all kinds of cool toys. It's like a giant game of show and tell for big kids. But wait, there's a twist. The details of their epic team-up are a bit hush-hush. It's like when your friend has a secret handshake, and you're dying to know it, but they won't spill the beans. Sneaky, right? Now, Iran isn't just about playing with tanks. They want the latest and greatest fighter jets, the Su-35S from Russia. It's like upgrading from an old bicycle to a turbocharged spaceship. Okay, maybe not a spaceship, but you get the idea. This move isn't just for looks. It's about showing off to the world that Iran is not to be messed with. And guess what? They throw a party in Moscow to flaunt their new toys. It's like a tech expo for military gear, and Iran's got the coolest booth. They're showing off missiles, drones, and even a long-range Arash aircraft. It's the military version of MTV Cribs, but with more explosions. Now here's the kicker. The whole world is scratching its head about their secret deals. It's like the ultimate game of hide and seek, but with tanks instead of people. The United Nations and some customs folks are trying to figure out what's going on, but Iran and Russia are keeping it zipped. As if that's not enough, they throw in a plot twist. Iranian drones doing a dance in Ukraine. It's like a blockbuster movie, where the heroes deny everything, but you know they're up to something. Up to 2,000 Iranian drones, called Shahid, are supposedly making waves, adding spice to the already spicy geopolitical drama. But hold on, there's more. Iran wants to make friends with the cool kids, Russia and China. It's like sitting at the popular table in the cafeteria. They're not just flexing muscles for military reasons. It's also about having buddies to help out when things get a bit too tough. And if that's not ambitious enough, they toss Africa into the mix. It's like adding an extra level to their video game of diplomacy. Africa becomes the new playground for Iran to make friends and create alliances. Iran's president, Ebrahim Raisi, is on a grand tour in Africa, and Kenya rolled out the red carpet for him. It's like a fancy party, but with presidents and important discussions instead of dance floors and disco balls. So, Raisi is not just globetrotting for fun, he's doing some serious business. You see, Iran is facing some tough rules from the US, and they're trying to make new friends in Africa to help out. Think of it like when you join a new school, and you need people to have your back. International style of friendship. First stop, Kenya. President Ruto welcomed Raisi with open arms, not literally, but you get the picture. They want to be buddies and trade goods. Kenya has some fantastic tea and meat, and Ruto is like, hey Iran, let's send you some goodies. It's like a massive swap of delicious treats. And get this, Raisi is the first Iranian president to visit Africa in over 10 years. That's like having your cool aunt visit after ages. Lots of catching up to do.
Your Excellency, Dr. Ebrahim Raisi, President of Iran, honorable members of your delegation, distinguished guests, ministers present, good morning. I take this opportunity once again to express on behalf of the people, the government of the Republic of Kenya, our gratitude to His Excellency President Ebrahim Raisi and his delegation for honoring us with a visit, his first ever to Africa and the first stop on his tour to our continent. It is a special privilege to host President Raisi in Nairobi, and his presence is testimony to the strong ties between Kenya and Iran. It is also a demonstration of our shared commitment to cooperate for the benefit of the people of our two countries. I am delighted to report that President Raisi and I have just concluded highly productive bilateral discussions on a broad range of very important issues. During our meeting, I affirmed to His Excellency President Raisi the important place of Iran as a critical strategic partner for Kenya and the value that we place on the friendly and fraternal relations between our two countries. On our historical engagement and areas of cooperation in development that include education, scholarship, infrastructure, health, water, fisheries, agriculture, and housing, urban and metropolitan development, among other areas, I expressed our gratitude and commitment to expand and deepen these relations. President Raisi and I had the opportunity to engage views and share ideas about emerging opportunities to improve the balance of trade between our two countries. Kenya and Iran are strategically situated to be each other's key points of entry into our respective regions. And we have affirmed our joint commitment to capitalize on this unique advantage. I express to His Excellency the President our appreciation of our bilateral cooperation in the promotion of trade, particularly in the export of Kenyan products to Iran. Most specifically, I sought the President's commitment in facilitating the export of more tea, meat, and other agricultural products to Iran, and through Iran to the Central Asian countries. We have 12 countries in the Central Asian region with a population of almost 300 people, and Kenya believes that's a strategic market for our agricultural exports. Stronger collaboration with Iran is important for us in delivering agricultural value chain of our bottom-up economic transformation agenda. It is also encouraging to note that trade volumes between our two countries have been on a steady upward trajectory. Kenya exported tea worth $28.4 million US, about 4 billion shillings, to Tehran in the first quarter of this year, which is an 8-fold increase from sales for the same period last year. We have increased 8 times our export of tea in the first quarter of this year to Iran. Kenya attaches great significance to the Iranian market since it is one of the most valued export destinations for our tea.
Next up, Raisi jets off to the Pearl of Africa, aka Uganda. They're going to chat about trade and stuff. Imagine it's a play date, but instead of big toys, they're bringing trade deals to the table. I'll trade you some oil for some cool African bananas. Maybe Museveni wants nuclear. That's probably how the conversation goes. International negotiations made simple. Lastly, Zimbabwe, the final stop on this diplomatic roller coaster. Raisi is like the rock star of diplomacy, traveling from country to country, making friends, and sealing deals. It's almost like a world tour, but with less singing and more handshakes. Now why all this effort? Well, when the big kid on the block, the US, isn't playing nice, you've got to find new playmates. That's what Iran is doing, making friends, boosting trade, and having a good time doing it. Who would have thought? In a nutshell, Iran's playing the game of nations with style, upgrading military gear, making secret deals with Russia, and even throwing in some drones for a surprise twist. It's like watching a movie where the underdog becomes the superhero, armed with cool gadgets and a sense of humor that even international politics can't resist. Stay tuned for the next episode of Iran and Russia, the unlikely duo. You won't want to miss it. Now, as our whirlwind journey through the twists and turns of international relations comes to a close, we've witnessed the dynamic duo of Iran and Russia making waves on the global stage. But before we wrap up, here's a friendly reminder. Welcome to the Rise Africa channel, where the geopolitical drama meets the heartbeat of Africa. As we bid adieu, we encourage you to hit that subscribe button, ensuring you stay in the loop for more thrilling content. Whether you're enjoying your morning coffee in London, savoring the afternoon sun in Nairobi, or winding down your day in Tokyo, wherever you are, thanks for tuning in. So, until our next adventure together, good morning from London, good afternoon from Nairobi, and good evening in Tokyo. Wherever you're watching from, your support means the world to us. Stay curious, stay informed, and we'll catch you on the next episode right here on the Rise Africa channel. Cheers!